Aries, hey, how are you? It's Lisa, and I'm here to do the mid-month of November 2022, like an energy check-in for the middle of the month of November. Hope everybody's doing all right. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you enjoy it and you'll come back and see me again. For those of you who've been here before, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. All right, let's see what we can find out about Aries. What does Aries need to know for the middle of the month? Middle of the month, November 2022. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Staffs, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Swords. All right, Aries. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll clarify with another deck. Pull an oracle card at the end. You know, right now it seems like you are feeling really, really fulfilled or completion. Like you feel like you've accomplished something, you're on the way to accomplish something. You know, maybe you're taking steps to get to a point where you feel accomplished, and you have no doubt that it's going to actually happen, and regardless of what it is. You just like, you know that whatever it is that you had planned, it's going to come out for you. Because I have this Page of Staffs energy too. It's kind of, you have like a lot of ideas going on in your head, and you know there's so much more potential for something. And again, I'm not sure exactly what area your life is, but, and I feel like whatever you've been doing up till this point, you have been literally just, you know, working at something pretty hard just because you want to be able to get through. And it might, you know, might not be perfect, but you also might have been like trying to, I don't know if you had a bad patch for a little while, or, you know, things just weren't going your way, but then all of a sudden, you know, karma kicks in, or your cycle starts to complete, and you're not feeling as beat down as you were. Maybe, I don't know what went on, but maybe you were just going through a hard time, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this feels better. So apparently whatever you were doing, you know, you were making things go in a more positive outlook by the way you were acting, by the way you were treating people, the way that you were just being, you know, generally a nice person, and not being selfish, being, you know, able to help people and wanting to help people, and just trying to be good in general. And it does push your karma to, you know, a point where it's not like you're not going to be ground to dust all the time. It could definitely be something where you're on a cycle, and you're going to be able to either ride on the top of the wheel longer, and, you know, and not always, it's not, that's the thing, everything about it is temporary. It's the way you're putting out there is how you're going to get it back. And I feel like at this moment, you're actually getting it back the way you deserve to get it back, which is good for most, right? I don't know what your situation is, but for most people, you know, hopefully it's good. Like right now, I'm doing the reading on 11/11, like November 11th, and that's like the 11/11 corridor, or, you know, there's a big thing going on. And, you know, I think it pushes people a lot, you know, into maybe feeling a little bit more spiritual, or feeling like they could, you know, do more something with their energy, and not just like, you know, not put anything out there. I feel like it makes people put things out there, especially after that full moon we just had on the 8th. You know, from what I gathered, it was a big, a blood beaver moon. Beaver blood moon? You know, it was huge. It was really big, and it was a lunar eclipse. So yeah, that turns out with a lot of energies too, and it makes things start to come into completion, I feel. And I do feel like what is actually something you're kind of concerned about? I don't know if you're having issues with people, maybe friends, possibly family members, could just be people around you, but I feel like with this, it seems like there's an energy around maybe a celebration, a party, getting together with people. And I don't know if you're concerned about how it's going to turn out or how you're going to come out of it. Like, you feel like it's going to be a bad thing for you? Or, are you afraid that you're going to be looked at differently or treated in a bad way? So I'm not sure, but let me clarify and hopefully we'll find out. Because then we have this Eight of Swords. And this is something like, all right, so you're hoping, I feel like you were stuck. And that's why I was feeling with this Wheel of Fortune card. You were stuck. And when that came up, it's like you weren't feeling stuck anymore. You feel like your wheel's turning. You're feeling like you're not in a situation that maybe you didn't feel like you wanted to be in. So I feel like with this card, it's kind of like this is what is going for you, where you're not stuck anymore. You have found out a way to get out of it, whatever that was. Could have been a job, a relationship, just a bad situation. And you've actually figured out how to work your way out. But I do have this Page of Swords energy. And I have a feeling the way you are going to try to approach somebody, the way you're going to try to talk to them, it can be. See, the thing is with the swords are that they're double-edged. I mean, it can go one way or the other. It's just a matter of how they take it or how you present it. So whatever it is that you're going to try to communicate to somebody, you might want to think about rewording it, or you might just want to go over it in your head before you do that. So I don't know if it's going to be at this situation with this people, if this party is going to cause that issue, or if it's something that already happened and that you have to, I don't know, make amends or apologize or explain yourself, explain your situation. Because I feel like that's what this is. You need to communicate something to somebody and you're not really sure about how you're planning on doing that. Like, you're not sure how it's going to come out of your face. So I think you want to, not do it. Just maybe, I don't know, reword it or think about a different way to say it. Maybe, or in a different place. Maybe not at this thing that looks like it's going to be a little party, but it might not be the best people around. And with this Four of Swords energy, this came up in your outcome, and I feel like once this gets done, once whatever happens here, but it could be that, the holidays in the States, it's coming up, Thanksgiving and such. And they always have, don't they always say there's always holidays, always got an issue with people. And, politics, religion at holiday, don't talk about it. Don't. There's no reason, don't. Because I don't know if that's what maybe you're feeling about, a little frustrated about it. Because I think this Eight of Swords situation is actually separate. Like this new path, your wheel turning and this new prospects that you have. I feel like that's a separate issue. This Three of Cups and this Page of Swords issue feels different. But I feel like once this all gets done and it's, all out of you're not worried about it anymore. You actually have a chance to rest. And you'll be like, okay, I don't have to stress about this. I didn't hurt them. They didn't hurt me. They're not angry with me. I'm not angry with, you know what I mean? I feel like you actually are going to be able to put it aside and not have to worry about it anymore. Let's see. See if we can get some clarifiers. What do we got for this Wheel of Fortune? What do we got this Wheel of Fortune for Aries? Wheel of Fortune for Aries. Judgment. Four of Wands. I felt that. That's what it tells me, like, what I was saying with this fulfillment and being accomplished and being able to do what you needed to do to spin that wheel, and you did. And I feel like you went through and you thought about things that you might have done, you shouldn't have done, would you have done it differently, and you had a chance to think about it. Now with this Four of Wands, now this could be around another social gathering, this could be another, situation. I mean, it could be a wedding, doesn't have to be a wedding, but just something possibly in your past, or just maybe something that just keeps coming up because, it was in your life because you were riding on the wheel and you just weren't in the best place. And I feel like now that you are. And that's what it felt like. There was a total feeling of fulfillment, and, you don't have to worry about it right now. Whatever you needed to cast the light on, whatever you needed to rethink and, give yourself a chance to, learn from that. You did. And, that's why I feel like you're in a good place now. You're in a very good place now. But again, like I said, this Three of Cups and Page of Swords, I don't think it might have something to do with it, but it seems like it's almost like separate. What about this Page of Staffs? I got this Six of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Let's say, okay, you got the page again. I feel like, you're trying to make sure there's balance in your situation, whatever the situation is. Like I said, I don't know if it's a relationship, a job, a business, or whatever might be going on. But I feel like the Seven of Swords is not something that's kind of being directed to you. But I think maybe due to whatever past situations that happened, you might be having that kind of concern. Like, whatever might have, what might have caused you some kind of pain or hurt before, you're just really trying to be aware that it's not going to happen again. Like, you're trying to, you're kind of like, that's done, it's over, I don't have to worry about it. But I feel like somewhere in your psyche, you're feeling it. And you're just not, you don't want to feel it because, you're supposed to be really happy now. I feel like you're supposed to be really happy right now. It's just a matter of getting past that. So even though whatever this was, and you have learned the lessons and, you found insight and you were able to work through it, there might just still be that residual feeling of, okay, like you just might have to, just maybe it'll take some time, just, realizing that whatever this new situation that you're in is not going to be that. So what about this Three of Cups? Why is this? What are you afraid of with the Three of Cups? Three of Cups to you. The Page of Cups, the Fool, and the Tower. I feel like with this Three of Cups, this Page of Cups actually feels like it's representing somebody that might have been in this friend trio or, a group of friends or whatever that is. And I feel like that might have been one of the people that you were feeling kind of wary about, like that you were afraid something was going to go on with them somewhere here. And like I said, time's fluid, but basically I feel like you were kind of like nervous about it. I don't know if this person was somebody who gave you problems before, or, you just know they're going to give you problems now. Because I feel like you were because you're trying to go for a new beginning and, you feel like you earned it, you deserve it, you're going to be able to push through as much as you can. And I feel like you're just afraid that they're going to trample on it. That somewhere along the line, they're going to crumble what you have planned for your new beginning. And I don't know what kind of person they are. I don't know, what your, what your relationship is to them. But for some reason, you're nervous about it being during this festivity. If this is a festivity, it could just be about a group of friends. but I feel like might be something specific. It's not even like just a group of these people. It might be a specific person that you are a little nervous about because, you're trying to make this new beginning, and are they going to do something to cause it not to work out? What about this Eight of Swords energy? This was actually in the positive. I mean, it was definitely going for you. All right, we got the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. Wands. And the Ace of Pentacles. And that to me feels like, okay, so maybe whatever this trapped feeling you felt, maybe it was a job. And the Eight of Pentacles just thinks of like hard work and discipline and being like, not cutting corners. But that could actually be in relationships. That could be in life events in general. So, but somehow when you were working through this, you were making sure you didn't cut corners. You were making sure you just kept pushing forward. And like with this Eight of Wands, it's just like it felt like a strong push to, you knew what you needed to do and you were going to get it done. And that's why this is able to happen for you. Why, your wheels turning and your karma's getting better, and you're able to have new abundance, manifestations. You're able to have something new. And that's why I just keep thinking you're afraid of this person. Not physically afraid of this person, or maybe not even knowingly afraid of this person. But there's something goes on with this person that you are so wary about. Like, you're like, I don't know if I want to be there. I don't think we should have that party or shindig or whatever we're planning on having. What about this Page of Swords? Because this is another one. And this is what I'm like thinking. It's like the way you verbalize something, the way you put out there. I got the Seven of Cups. The Eight, that's the Eight. All right, you got this. All right, so you do have a lot of options of how you want to handle the situation. Whether you're going to just, come out and say whatever comes to your head and you're just going to blurt it out. And it could go either way. It's swords. They're double-edged. It can go either way. You're going to have to be strong about it. You're going to have to be, use your willpower, use your strength of mind, strength of will, because it could make things happier, brighter, and just not being worried about it. But you have options, and you have to think of how you're going to say this. They might not take it one way or the other. It might not even, it almost feels like they might not even mean anything about it, but if it comes out from you, it might cause a thing. So that's another thing too, like you even want to bring it up, because it looks like it might still be able to be okay. You're just not sure. It could, I guess it could go either way, but with the Ten of Cups coming out, it's like almost like, okay, yeah, you are ready to have, like, this happiness and this bliss, and, you just want to make sure you saying something or you not saying something isn't the cause of it being good or bad. Four of Swords, Temperance, Five of Swords, and the Hermit. That makes a lot of sense too. All right, so it seems like, all right, once this gets out of the way, and this Five of Swords feeling of, considering your options and deciding that you're going to accept the consequences of your actions, or whether you're not, you'll be able to take a rest. You'll be able to say, okay, get it off my head. I don't care about it. You're going to be able to, but that's, because you're going to have to use patience and take time thinking it out, seeing what is probably the best way to go about it. And I really think maybe afterwards you might just put yourself in a little, little hermit mode for a little while. Maybe not go away from people. Just be like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm not going to play the games. I'm just going to, because maybe you just want to be kind of solitude for a little bit. Maybe, or just maybe not be around that crowd of people. I guess in the way, it could easily go either way. So I feel like you have to feel it out. You got to think about it. How do you actually really, really want to handle it? It really depends on, if your nature is basically to hit things head on, which is shown by the strength card. It's almost like, okay, I think you're feeling like you have to. You have to, or you're never going to be able to get over it. Because you've accomplished a lot, apparently. So now it's like, this is maybe the last thing to hold you up. And I feel like you're going to do it just because you're not going to feel right not doing it. Oh, don't let pride get in your way. The full moon in Leo. You are pretty. So, all right. And bring love into the situation. That's interesting. All right, so yeah, you don't want to obviously let your pride get in your way. You want to be humble. You want to be, not like up in their face and, kind of getting like, well, you did this to me, blah, 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 blah. No, I think you just want to have a conversation, not get too, just don't get all, don't get too many emotions involved in it. That's the other thing with the Page of Swords. There's not a lot of emotions in swords. It's kind of like they tend to mind over heart type of feelings. And I feel like that might be one of your aspects on how you're going to do it. I don't know who it is you're dealing with because it's going to depend. But still do it with a lot of, just sensitivity. And, without making it seem harsh, but still be able to, stand up for yourself. All right, Aries. Well, this was very interesting. If you enjoyed it, I hope you can give me a thumbs up, subscribe, write me a comment. I'd love to hear from you if it resonates. And I will be seeing you guys in a couple weeks. Take care.